Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I got Mike Weiss with us today from Dropified, who's going to break down a really interesting business model that I've never really heard about before, but it's going to help us integrate the best of both worlds, which is going to kind of give us the traffic of Amazon and the potential customer audience base there, but also being able to create a white label product brand that we don't have to buy up front. And we're kind of combining drop shipping with private label and selling on Amazon all in one. So Mike, thanks for being on the channel today. Do you mind breaking down a little bit more about what I've heard?
Absolutely, dude. And Luke, man, it's such a privilege to be a part of this, and you're doing such amazing stuff, and your students have nothing but amazing things to say to you and your audience. So congratulations on all your success. I'm an Amazon seller. I've been an Amazon seller for a number of years now. My wife and I, we have our own private label toys. And honestly, anyone that sells on Amazon, you have to think about not just how can you stand out against everyone else that's selling something similar to what you're doing, right? But also, how can you actually think about how many orders to bring in? So what's your MOQs? What's your shipping costs? You have to plan months in advance, right? It's a huge upfront inventory cost coming in. And guys, we do it because we make lots of money doing it, okay? And so it's not a bad model. It's just, to be fair, I don't know, it's frustrating when you have to think about, oh man, another product, right? Right. And unless you have great strategies down, which I'm sure Luke is telling you all the way about, but because there are very, very smart ways of doing that. What Dropified does is we wanted to introduce something a little bit different, okay? So we wanted to be able to open up a door for you to sell your own private label supplement. Well, you can't do CBD yet, but supplement, pet supplement products and skincare products without having to buy any of the upfront inventory, which means you don't have to plan months and months and months in ahead. You don't need to have the large upfront inventory costs and have to budget for that. And you can actually get it into your Amazon store within 48 hours the first time and within minutes after that. Why? Is because the first time you have to talk about getting your brand unlocked and ungated. But here's the deal. This is not something that Dropified thought about doing with their private label on-demand plan when we launched it over a year ago. We were targeting things like Shopify stores, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, whatever, right? Being able to sell on those types of stores. But the problem with those stores sometimes is that they have such low percentage of buys, right? You're going to be spending so much money on traffic. And it's, what is it? Well, I think the stat, I think a month ago was less than 2% of people that visit your site will buy. Less than 2% will buy. And you've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for less than 2%. That's crazy. And so then
that's why I've always wanted to stay away from the dropship model. I'm like, hey, I see people showing their screenshots of all the sales they've made, but then they're not showing the ad spend behind it because you're making your own random website. You're trying to run Google ads, Facebook ads. That's difficult to do. Maybe you're hiring someone to do that. But what you're doing, continue. I mean, we're right on Amazon now.
So. Yeah, that's right. And so, I mean, I'll tell you, the reason why we created this model is so that people can literally create unlimited number of custom label designs and brands to be able to tap into the untapped markets. So it's not just generic advertising anymore, right? It's not just saying I want to target anyone in the fitness category. It's saying that I want to target people in the fitness category that go to this gym in this city. And you could literally do that with your label. You could say, I want the Wisconsin, fat to fit to fat gym, keto, diet person. And you literally can create a custom label just for that person. So where does Amazon fit into this? Well, because the thing is, you still have to pay a lot of money to get all that audience to your site. And you're going to be dealing through, 60 billion messages a day that are going through social media channels. And you have to find a way to cut through the noise and actually grab your customers' attention. Amazon makes it a hell of a lot easier because you have your own ecosystem of hundreds of millions of people that are actually looking for the next gift. And I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So what we've been able to do is this. Is instead of just focusing on Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, whatever these e-commerce sites are off of Amazon, Dropified has now cracked the code on being able to actually not only customize and these the branding of these top-selling in-demand supplements, and again, supplements, pet supplements, and skincare products. But we've also been able to have you actually sell it into Amazon as a brand and show you how you can get ungated within 48 hours because we are working directly with the manufacturers that have all the documentation that you need.
You guys literally do basically everything. You have the manufacturers, you're going to be kind of shipping it out. We're setting up a fulfilled by merchant listing on Amazon. So we're not shipping things into Amazon, but you have the ways your suppliers are going to be shipping it out every 3 days to the customers so they still get it on time. You won't have to worry about late shipments. You don't have to worry about creating your own design for the product packaging. You have an in-house team that does that as well. we're still able to utilize the traffic of everyone buying on Amazon, and you don't have to buy any upfront inventory. So, I mean, that sounds pretty crazy.
I think one of the things you said there, Luke, and I appreciate you bringing it up, is, again, people think, great, now you can get me these products, and yes, it's on demand. So even if someone buys one, you never had to pay for any upfront inventory. When someone buys it, then you just pay for the cost of that product, which, again, we have anywhere between 200 and 500% margins on these. 500% margins, guys. So it means if someone buys it, you're going to be claiming, up to 500% profit margins on that. Okay. And that's huge. Okay. Because you don't see that with drop shipping, right? And you don't actually see that with your own private labels sometimes. But here's the deal is, like Luke said, this is not FBA. This is FBM, which everyone's radars should be flying off the rack saying, how the hell am I supposed to actually ship this to customers? Well, here's the fun part. Dropified did not only partner with the manufacturers that are providing us with these amazing, amazing products. It's also, we've actually partnered with the person that's going to be actually shipping this, so the fulfillment services. Okay. So it means that when your order comes in from Amazon with your private label that they said, yes, I want this, whether it's a gag gift, a premium, brand, or whatever it is that you want, you put literally hundreds of thousands of brands out there, and it's all the same thing in just minutes. But say that someone buys one of your products. Okay. What's literally going to happen is that's going to go directly to Dropified. Dropified is then you're going to have to pay for the cost of the product. Dropified then will send the order off to the fulfillment service that we partnered with. They will both print it, fulfill it, ship it, and provide you with the tracking numbers that you need for Amazon to claim that it's shipped. And that means that the client's going to get it in 1 to 3 business days. That means that we're spinning it around within 24 hours, and your client's going to get their product in 1 to 3 business days. I'm telling you, this is next freaking level. And if you're seriously looking for a way to just explode your stores, it's a strategy you just really can't ignore.
Are the ingredients on the back of that still printed out? It's all good ingredients. Is it made in Canada, the USA, or how are we getting like quality products to customers and all that good stuff? And do we have to worry about liability insurance or anything? And
yeah, it's a great question. All the ingredients are on the back of the list. Actually, here, just one sec. So literally, this is one that we just literally did. Like, I literally just put that up here. Okay. This is for actually a toy brand called Cha Cha and Chicky that's on Amazon. They decided to work with us. And so you can see that we actually provide all the ingredients on there. It's all legible. Actually, what's really cool is on the brand here as well. You can put your own website. You can put how they can follow you on, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever it is that you're doing. You can put your own phone number on there, so you have the customer service, and yeah, there's lots of great opportunities here. Again, this is a high quality label right now. Like, this is pretty intense.
Good, man. That looks.
And this is for a toy brand that decided, I am selling a unicorn slime kit, that I actually want to create something called unicorn teardrops. Like, it's crazy. And these are children multivitamin gummies right here. Right there. And and you know what? Here's the deal. 1 to 3 business days for shipping. Okay. So anyway, so we're talking about the ingredients. Yes. And that's a huge part about putting it onto Amazon, is we give you all the ingredients that are in there. Let's talk about the quality ingredients. So all of these products are coming from USA-based manufacturers. Okay, these are manufacturers that are selling. They're within the top 5 manufacturers in all of North America for supplements, CBD, skincare, and pet supplements. They are selling to the major brands, and they decided to actually partner with us to create this on-demand process where literally, if you buy one, they're going to print it. You're going to pay for one. If you sell 1,000, if you have 10,000, 1 million. 100 million, they're going to be able to provide it. Now, if you sell 100 million of these in a day, kudos to you. I mean, please give us maybe 48 hours, because that's a lot. But the point is, that's nuts. And you can scale like crazy. Not only are you selling one at a time, but you can sell custom bundles. Like, you can literally throw on custom bundles as you want. You can create an infinite variation of custom bundles. Why? Is because you did not pay for them up front. You did not have to wrap them together up front. Put together all the products that are going to work together, tried in an infinite number of variations, PPC the crap out of it, and then enjoy. You have an endless opportunity to be just creative. And that's the one thing, and Luke, I know that you teach us in your course around PPC, is PPC, there is an art to it. There's a creativeness to PPC. So instead of trying to drive people on PPC and keywords to your site that you think might work, why don't you sell products based off of what your PPC is telling you? You want to target keywords and say, hey, listen, I want to actually have someone that looks at unicorn teardrops. Well, guess what? I'm going to spin up a label. I'm going to do it in 2 minutes. I'm going to put it on my store. And then boom, I'm going to go to my next keyword. And I'm going to have literally hundreds of thousands of freaking things that have the exact same thing.
With this, we don't have to worry about running out of inventory ever. It's FBM. And then you can create so many new listings. You can have unicorn teardrop gummies, but then you can create a new label and your in-house team creates that high quality stuff, whether you want to appease this certain audience or this audience, and you can have 10 new products up in, a few days at the most. You can still have people buying them under maybe two-step URLs, things like that, to start ranking you up organically along with PPC, get your reviews going. And supplements make a lot of money, guys. Skincare makes a lot of money. It's more competitive, but that's the best part, that you don't have to spend so much money up front on, hopefully my supplement's going to work in this competitive cutthroat niche. It's like you don't have to really lose money up front. I just want to see the automation process behind it, whether it's my credit card's in there and every time an order's made, it's just the money's going to come off my credit card, and then I don't have to go in there every time an order's made and pay for each product one by one. Is the app Dropified synced with Amazon so that they'll get notified when an order's made and then they're just shipping it out, and I don't really have to do anything? How automated is it?
If you have 10,000 orders that come through in a day from all of your supplement brands, you do not need to go to 10,000 individual items and pay for it. There is a bulk pay button, but we do still give the end client the control. And that's only to make sure that, for example, if they see that there's 10,000 orders, that they actually can take the quick, because again, you can see how quick the turnaround time is. It's 24 hours once it's paid, and it's 1 to 3 business days after that. So literally, if you were to pay for this right now, then like pay for an order that came in, the person could get it tomorrow. That is stupid fast. So we wanted to actually create a model that gave you still control. So I personally, I wouldn't want it to be completely 100% automated, just because you never know. I'd rather have the ability to quickly take a look every day, or hire a VA to do it, look every day and say, hey, listen, this is my budget. This is what I have. And then know that if I have to move money on there, then I can, to make sure that there aren't any delays on my end, versus getting some random, hey, your credit card's been maxed out because you had too many sales. Yeah. The money can come back in a couple of weeks, but there's also great apps out there that allow you to get paid next day. Once you can bulk order, pay for all my orders, then that from that point on, it's automated. So you never have to dive in. You don't have to copy and paste the tracking numbers. You don't have to worry about, when it gets shipped, or that it got shipped, or how it's getting fulfilled. So there's that. You talked about how the connection is. So there is no Dropified to Amazon connector. Otherwise, this would make things super, super simple, and someone would have figured it out 2 years ago. The reason why I figured this out is because, like I said initially, our target audience was going after the Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Commerce HQ users, and helping them create private labels that they can customize and spin to different target audiences. How I always do is I never operate just on one platform alone. Why? Is because I'm missing out on so much revenue opportunity. And so how I run it is I have a Shopify store for some of my brands. I have a WooCommerce store for some of my brands, just because it's a bit cheaper. Once the sale is made on Amazon, that will connect to my WooCommerce, which is already connected through API to the Dropified. So it'll literally go boom, boom. I don't have to do anything. It literally, the order goes right from here, right to Dropified automatically. The only thing I have to do is go into my Dropified platform and click pay for supplements. And then it's all ordered. Then all the information goes right back to WooCommerce, which this goes right back to Amazon, showing the tracking number, who shipped it, and that it's completed. That's it.
And now for the label design, your in-house team, is there little templates to base things off of, or how are we going to come up with something as cool as unicorn teardrops?
Well, you can't. That's no. No, so actually Chow Chan Chiki is registered, so unfortunately you can't. But Unicorn Teardrops isn't, so go for it. The reality is that we have an in-house design team. We don't want to create a bottleneck for anybody. So what we've done is we've said, listen, for those that are creatively challenged when it comes to designs, I mean, we go through a whole training on how you can find really unique designs out there that aren't registered trademark. You can spin those on things like supplements and make a huge killing off of what's working off of things like t-shirt designs, hat designs, mug designs, whatever, right? Because it's ultimately the same concept. Is you can spin literally unlimited labels. As long as it's not registered, you're good. One of the things that we're going to be giving in very, 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 very exclusively to Luke and his following is we're going to be providing over 100 label design templates for anyone that does sign up for Dropified. And what this is these are not design templates that we grab from like Fiverr or Upwork or 99 Designs or out there. These are ones that we actually made for ourselves that have been inspired by top selling brands that are in the market right now. And again, if you want to use them, use them. I don't care if you copy them and throw your own title, key benefits, and business information on there. And again, if you want to do that yourself, we teach you how. If you want to give that to Fiverr, Upwork, 99 Designs, whoever, and say, hey, for $5, this is what I want, just change this, because you don't want to be bothered by doing the actual design. Awesome. But we are giving you this. And if you don't want to just use the designs, you want to be influenced or be inspired by, that design, then fine. Just say, hey, listen, this is the design. Instead of this dog, I want a cat. Instead of this color, I want this. And give me 17 different designs back, because that's what Fiverr and Upwork and 99 Designs are great for. And guess what? Not only did you get one, but you got a lot of different concepts. And guess what? You can use all of them, because there is no limits to how many designs that you can put on the exact same product. That's how powerful this thing is, guys.
Private label takes me a little bit more time to get new products in, but if it's literally as easy as what it kind of sounds, just kind of getting the label and then spitting out a bunch of different products that are all going to be made in the US by solid manufacturers, getting ungated, all these new things can open up such a huge possibility.
What I'm giving you is a way to actually open up new products with your own creative designs and not be limited by things like time or money, or even Amazon's existing policies or gates that they're putting up here to kind of protect their customers. I'm giving you access, and I'm showing you a roadmap, and I'm literally using my own examples here. So this isn't just something I'm telling you. When you sign up, I will show you my own example. Okay. And the offer that I'm going to be giving you here is not, thousands and thousands of dollars, because I don't want to take advantage of you like that. I'm an Amazon seller. Okay. I get it. So what I'm doing here is for Luke, and Luke can attest to this. When we jumped on the call initially, like I came at him pretty hard saying, dude, there's something here that you seriously need to listen to. And if you like it, let's do a video about it. If not, that's cool, dude. I'm not going to take offense. And it's that I'm going to be creating an offer that allows you to do this literally month to month. Okay. I'm going to be providing you massive benefits that I don't give anybody else. Why? Is because I care about Amazon sellers. I believe that is an amazing revenue stream for people. And I'm trying to create as many opportunities for people to not deal with the same barriers coming in, where you can literally create an unlimited number of products. You're not gated by category. You're not limited by how many you can sell. You're not limited by how many you can have an FBA. You're not limited by shipping. You're not limited by what you can create, what target markets you can go after. I'm removing limitations. So if this sounds like it's too good to be true, then don't do it. Then don't do it. Okay. But don't just take my word for it. I want you to watch how I did it, because if this makes sense, which I think it will for you, then I'm going to make sure that you can get in a super low cost barrier. And look, I don't know if you want me to kind of tell you the offer here, or if you want me to wait for that and you can show it down below or whatever, but we're going to take care of you. That's the key.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you already mentioned a little bit before, and we can be transparent with everyone. I'll have it linked down below with whatever we're going to be doing. But honestly, you said the platform's literally like a $2,500 thing, but yeah, you're going to be doing a $197 or something.
$197 a month. $197 a month. So guys, think about the inventory that you would have to spend. Think about the inventory that you couldn't bring in. Think about the money that was lost because of things that are not able to get into Amazon because you had too much inventory and they're not going to let it in, right? Think about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Think about Q4. Think about your push into Q1. Think about the fact that you're dealing now, not just with, products, whatever that you're dealing, that whatever it is that you're selling. Think about the fact that we're talking about supplements. We're talking about things like subscription models. So we're talking about passive income, recurring revenues. Think about the fact we're talking about, products that you can bring in like vitamin C or immunity boosters, right? During a time, especially over winter, when people are seriously going to be looking at that. Think about the ability to do this in literally less than a week to get your stuff up, to get an entire product line up and out there. And then think about, is that worth $197 a month? Do it for a month. I don't care if at the end of December you cancel. I mean, I would care because I take it personally. I'm kidding. But I just don't think that once you get in and you do it and you see how quickly you can spin things up and you see my example, okay, and you can literally follow that to the letter and it'll work for you. $197 a month. I just don't think that you're going to say no to that because of the customization and the level that you can actually push this thing through in $1 trillion per year market. I want to give you the keys to jump into this market. You can literally spin up labels way faster than they can and hit markets that they're not even looking at right now because they're whales. They're big, they're old, and they don't pivot that quickly. And if it doesn't work for you, you can take the label off, spin a new one up the next day. Okay, $197 a month. And I'm going to give you 100 label design templates if you suck at design and you're looking for some inspiration. And then I'm also going to be providing, it's called Supplement Traffic Secrets Mini Course, which is not PPC, because I'm not going to come in and redo what Luke's already doing. But if you're looking at creating another revenue stream, not through Amazon, but through things like, an e-commerce platform like Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, whatever, it's a full native ad training course that actually teaches you, and we go through the top native ad platforms and teach you literally how to set it up step by step. Why am I doing this? Why should you care about that if you're Amazon sellers? Is because when you create a store in these e-commerce platforms and your native ads are driving to something like a sales funnel, that sales funnel or that website can drive directly to Amazon and help boost your organic search.
I've always wanted to get into like just learning Shopify or WooCommerce and getting my product brands out there. And once I now have my brands on Amazon that are trademarked and all that stuff's great, which it is, now I can go ahead and build that Shopify store I've always wanted to and learn how to do that a little bit more while, using that to also get me more sales on Amazon with basically drop ship type products, which I've never gotten into in the almost 4 years I've been doing this. It's just, now is the time.
Here's the thing, is I don't want to lock you in forever. Okay. That's why it's a month to month. Why? Is because you're going to do this until you find a winning design. You're going to do this until you find a winning brand. And you're going to do this until you find a winning supplement or skincare product or pet supplement. Okay. I would love to have you, as part of our journey and ecosystem forever, because obviously Dropified makes a lot of money doing that. But I'm telling you, that's not the point. The point is to help you get started. The point is to help you find that winning label the cheapest way humanly possible. And when you actually find that, guess what? I don't even hide my manufacturers from you. You want to go direct to the manufacturer and say, hey, I want to order 10,000 of these at maybe a cheaper price. Now, again, I've told you these are huge margins we're giving you already. It's because Dropified has over 130,000 customers that are placing orders every single month. So we get massive, massive volume discounts that we translate or transfer right back to you. But if you want to do it another level, go for it. I still think you're going to use Dropified for the other products. Like maybe if you want to branch into CBD or pet supplements, right? Or skincare lines, you could still go direct to the manufacturer and do it directly. I'm not going to feel offended by that. The margins I'm making off of your sale are so little anyway, that this is literally me trying to bring value to you and to help you because I'm an Amazon seller.
At the end of the day, your product could be bouncing off the walls with sales. You could go straight to the manufacturer, cancel the $200 a month thing. Why do that if you can even get into more and more products and just keep building more and more brands? The world is yours. You just got to get started with it. And that's the lowest startup cost for something at this level. I mean, break that down for me real quick. Like if you're doing round numbers, just like $10,000 a month in sales, are we talking like how much in profit do you think is coming out of that?
So say that you had 4 products that you're putting into a bundle and, instead of offering the products individually, you're putting into this nice bundle. Let's just say if you were to sell 250 of those bundles in a month, which is really only 8 to 9 sales per day, which in Amazon is extremely doable, is you would be seeing probably north of about $20,000 just in profit, if you were to sell just 8 to 9 of these per day. And that's one bundle. That's one bundle. Now, I think that bundle, what it was a sleep supplement. I mean, it was like 4 random products and they weren't even like the highest percentage ones, but I think the average margin on that was like 175% or something like that. But it was like REM sleep. There was a CBD product in there. It was like a joint dog support and some cream, like a face cream, just 4 completely random products at like a less than mean, margin, and you're still making massive profits, guys. And what makes this super powerful, and again, I want to make sure it's super clear. I'm never going to say you're going to make millions of dollars because it all comes down to how smart you are with in Amazon with your PPC and how you're doing with your listing. Okay. Those are 2 very, very powerful things. And what you're ranking for, what keywords you're ranking for. All I'm allowing you to do is instead of being like a stone where once you have your one private label product, you have to try and figure out who is going to like that product and bring them in through keywords and PPC, which again, you need to do that traditionally with private label. Instead, what I'm maybe recommending here, and maybe this is something Luke and we can kind of do over the next, 6 months to a year, is really come up with a strategy that no one is doing right now, which is create a freaking product for every keyword that you want to target in this category. Instead of creating a product that you have to drive from all of those keywords into those categories. How much likely is it for someone that searches unicorn teardrops, thinking they're going to get some kind of toy, and all of a sudden they see these pop up, how much likely are they to actually click and buy it? And when they see that it's a FDA registered CGMP approved product, and it's a children multivitamin gummy, and they think, oh my gosh, how cute is this? Are they going to buy it? Because it was literally the keyword they typed in. No one's doing it. No one's doing it, Luke.
Keywords are the name of the game here, folks. So that's a crazy strategy. And once I get started on this, I'm going to be documenting a little bit more, and definitely have Mike back on just to, at some point, for another update or something like that. But I appreciate you being on, Mike. This is pretty huge. So thank you so much, everyone that's watched. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for staying till the end. Drop a thumbs up. And Mike, you're going to have the information for me to leave linked down below. Is that right? So
you got it.
Yep. So thank you again, and we will see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
See you back.